Good afternoon, Facebook family. I am out on a quick lunch break to grab a workout and head back to the office. But something happened to me this morning, and I know that if you are in any sort of relationship, that would be everybody, that hopefully that you can learn from my mistakes. I'm all about living in a place of vulnerability, authenticity, and transparency. I say I live in a vat. And if I'm not sharing my life out loud on purpose with all of you, how else are we supposed to love God, love others, as we love ourselves? So, as many of you know, I began dating last year, and so my partner and I are in our first year of not only learning about one another, understanding one another, but also just the relationship dynamics and boundaries that are coming into play. So, we I talked to my partner yesterday about something that I needed for my vehicle, and he said he needed the same thing for his vehicle too. And I told him how much it was going to cost me, $86 to $90, for what I needed to do for my car. And he said, we could look around, but it needs done. Mine needs taken care of too. But you know, you probably just need to go ahead and get it done, as quickly as possible. So yesterday, 86 bucks. My car is done and no other issues. I use my vehicle for work, so it's important for me to have it running and in top shape. I put about 30 to 35,000 miles a year on my car. So it's a tool for work. He called around today and for his vehicle and was able to find the same thing for $22. So he calls me this morning to say, "Hey, I have an appointment to get my car taken care of for 22 bucks." I said, "Wait, what?" He said, "Yeah, I found a place." I said, "Wait, I just spent $86 yesterday." And you said, "Oh, well, do the best you can with what you got to work with there." And then you were able to call around for yourself today and get it for $22. I said, "I'm angry." And he said, "Well, you have a different car. It has different needs. So it's probably going to cost more." I mean, when I called about mine, because you already have yours done, I didn't ask, but I'm thinking because of the make and model and vehicle and the part that you have, that what you need, it's going to be more. I'm angry. So I'm like, well, it sounds to me like you're just being passive. I'm like, oh, hey, I know you spent $86, but I called around today and was able to get it for 22. He goes, it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. So I get off the phone with him and I began to think as I'm angry. I expressed my anger pretty openly. But at the end of the day, I went ahead and called the place where he was going to go get his car done. And I asked them about my car. And they said, oh, yeah, we can do that for you. It's $82. My partner was right that my car has different needs and it's more expensive. And so what I thought was him getting a great deal because he called around and was able to get it for himself, but not for me, was completely untrue. Was completely untrue. The fact is, I have a different make and model of vehicle, and although we need the same thing for our vehicles, mine is ultimately going to be more expensive no matter how you slice and dice it. James chapter 1 verse 9 says, "Be quick to listen, but be slow to speak and slow to become angry." This is a biblical principle that can be universally used everywhere. And I think oftentimes we forget about this when we're dealing with those who are closest to us. So I immediately got a hold of him and said, listen, I called, mine's $82. And you were right that, on so many levels. And I explained that he was right. And then I said, I was quick to get angry. And I want to apologize for that. I need to slow my roll and be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. And there was no reason for me to be angry. And he said, I wasn't trying to be passive aggressive with you. I wasn't trying to push it in your face. I was just telling you I got mine for 22 bucks. And I will definitely look around, next time you need something for your vehicle to see if we get something less, but because of your vehicle, it's going to be more expensive. And I said, well, I just really want, he goes, understood. And we're good. And we moved on from there in the conversation. For my partner, he was quick to listen to my apology. He was quick to forgive, and he was quick to move on from there and not rehash or stay in the muck of it for any length of time. So I don't know where you are in your relationships. Are you quick to speak and quick to get angry with your partner when you feel like something has maybe not going your way? Or with a loved one or somebody that's closest to you? If so, slow your roll. Check yourself. Let me tell you where mine was rooted in, okay? Because I think this is important. I felt like he did not have my best interest. He had his own interest because he was able to get it for a good deal, but he didn't have my interest at heart. And I have been in past relationships where my interests were not a priority in the relationship. And that hurt has become a hang-up that now has created a defense mechanism and a trigger because it has not been addressed for me. So I now realize that this defense mechanism that was triggered because of this incident was ill-placed. And so how do we deal with the past hurts and habits and hang-ups in our past relationships? Well, we do that by the confines of being with other people in other healthy relationships. And as these things come up, we get through them as quickly as we can. So I hope this 5-minute like lunchtime break has helped you in just reflecting on your relationships and whether this verse from James 1:9 is best suited for you. I know it should have been for me, and I was quick to anger rather than being slow to anger. And the way to get past that is to be quick to ask for forgiveness, to turn away from that way, and then to seek God for the healing of the why you did what you did. It's one thing to apologize, but it's another thing to say, how can I make sure this doesn't happen again? And that's really getting before God and saying, God, where is the hurt that caused that quick anger to stem from? And I realized that it was an insecurity that I have. And so I released that over to God because my partner should not be a punching bag for my past hurts and hangups. So tune in tomorrow night, Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We do a weekly Bible study on how we can love God, love others, and love ourselves as we walk out life this side of heaven and truly live on purpose. Have a great afternoon.